Hello, everyone. I'm Reverend Richard Miner. I'm the Graduate Engagement Officer here at One Spirit Learning Alliance in New York City. And today I am very pleased to be here with Reverend Heather Shea. Heather, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Richard. It's an honor and a real pleasure to be here. I just so appreciate this, so appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and all my friends at One Spirit. Thank you.
Well, Heather, it's great to have you here. You have one of the most interesting ministries I've run across in my time here at One Spirit. You are currently the spiritual director and the chief executive officer of the United Palace of Spiritual Arts, also here in New York City. And I really want to talk to you a little bit about the organization. But before we get there, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what brought you to One Spirit?
Sure. Growing up, one of my grandfathers was a Lutheran minister. My other grandfather was studying to be a rabbi, and my father's business partner was Hindu. And so I was really brought up in this very interfaith kind of environment, celebrating and having different rituals from different religions and traditions. And I really thought I'd like to be a minister or a rabbi or something. And I couldn't decide kind of which one. And what I loved about One Spirit and the calling for me was it was really accepting and loving and being a part of all religions. And so it very much called to me.
Well, I think we all feel very much that way about One Spirit. It's a wonderful place. Can you tell me a little bit about how it has impacted your work and what you're doing in your life now?
Sure. Well, I'm spiritual director. And when I came to One Spirit, I didn't even know what a spiritual director is. So I'm here at the United Palace. We are the largest theater on Broadway. And what's been fun for me is I grew up in professional theater. So in addition to being a spiritual center, we are a major performing arts center here in New York. And that's really why we call it spiritual arts, because you get that uplift in spirit when you come into the building. So we do shows, movies, and we do Sunday services, and we do prayer ministries and weddings and funerals and everything one would do. And so having come from One Spirit, particularly learning about the different traditions was important, and also learning about rituals, because I'm able to apply that in the work that I do here as a minister.
Now, is United Palace truly an interfaith organization?
Yes, we call ourselves an inclusive spiritual center rather than interfaith. People try and say, well, are you kind of like Unity? Or are you kind of like United Methodist? And it's like, no, we really are open. We are inclusive of all traditions and all different types. So we celebrate and we incorporate the different texts, the different music into our services. And that's what's great for One Spirit, because I know when I was there, I was looking for a church that I could go to or services that I could go to that truly was interfaith. And it's hard to find because they tend to be towards one area or another. And so in trying to find it, I got called actually to help create it.
And how did you go from being a student at One Spirit to being the spiritual director at United Palace?
Well, it was part of that One Spirit curriculum. It's you have to do 15 hours of service. And I'm like, where am I going to do service? I was an assistant minister at a Lutheran church, and I got called if I could do some work here in New York. And I really hadn't known of this place and was called up here to do it. And then little by little, I was called to come in and be here full time.
That's an amazing story, and it's truly an amazing organization. Can you tell me a little bit about what's next for you and what's going on up there at United Palace?
Well, one of the things that's next is that we are launching something called the Open Heart Conversation. And many folks here would know Dr. Reverend Jose Roman, who's one of the deans at One Spirit. He's going to be the host of this. And this month we have Hinduism is our religion, and then we're doing Buddhism, interfaith, and keep going throughout the year to have a different conversations, kind of a in-depth conversation to expose people to the religions. We also have a series of programming coming up with Gene Houston and others, and I would encourage people to go to a website and take a look at the other types of programming. So we're really expanding, and because we are here on Sundays, we're also live streamed. So we're seen in 120 different countries. So it's exciting to see what's next. God only knows, because he's doing the work or she's doing the work. So it's really quite remarkable what's happening.
Well, do you have any thoughts for our graduates who might be watching us?
Well, I have a couple thoughts. One is that whatever you do, keep it going. I mean, the wonderful thing about One Spirit is that you can stay connected. please keep going back to One Spirit, to all the events, all the program that One Spirit does. Keep involved in your community. And also, if on a Sunday you're looking for a place that really is interfaith, come on down. And if you're not able to get here, certainly we're live streamed, and live stream is recorded, so you can see that over and over again. And you can always contact me if there's some way that you'd like to get involved in what we're doing. As we've had, as Richard knows, we've had One Spirit ministers come here and speak on Sundays. There's other ways to get involved. So anything that I can do to help you going forward, I'd be delighted.
That's wonderful. Heather, thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you so much for all the wonderful work that you are doing at United Palace. For our listeners, if you would like more information or if you'd like to live stream one of the services, the website is unitedpalace.org. The Sunday services are at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. They're at 4140 Broadway here at New York City at United Palace. Or again, they can be live streamed on the website at unitedpalace.org. Heather, it's been a real pleasure to see you today, and I look forward to seeing you at One Spirit and seeing you at United Palace.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Richard. Real honor. Thank you.